Hello. So I'm trying to go live every Tuesday. It's kind of working out. Made it on at 1 o'clock today. But I had a topic prepared, and then yesterday some of the answers that I was seeing to one of my posts really inspired me to change it up a little bit. So I want to talk about how to know what to say in your book. Um, when you look at a book, it's really thick, or even that thick, even even a small book can be really daunting, and you look at that and you think, how am I going to talk for that long? How will I know what to say for that many pages? So I want you to think about all the words you say in a day. Think about how much you say in 5 minutes. I don't know if you've ever sat down and tried to just record like a blog post. I've done this cheapy way of doing this. If you don't have Otter AI, which is a free tool, another way of doing it is to just go into an email. So you have your phone, or you probably can't see that. You have your phone and you hit compose on the email, and then you go to compose your email. Totally can't see that, can you? So if you hit the little button there, you should have a microphone button in the corner. You can tap that microphone button and talk, and you can talk through your points. And it is amazing how fast you'll get through 500 words to do like a blog post or an email or something, fairly short. So let's think about that. So let's say it takes you 5 minutes to do 500 words. That means that a book that is, 20,000 words would take you not that long. So 5 minutes for 5,000 for 500 words. That would be 10 minutes for 1,000 words. Yes, I'm doing math on my live. 10 minutes for 1,000 words. That math I can do in my head. So 10 minutes for 1,000 words, that means that it'll take you 2,000 minutes to do 20,000 words, 4,000 minutes to do 40,000 words. And when you break it down, that's not that many if you're just speaking it. Um, we always seem to know what to say. This is the point of what I was getting to. We seem to know what we want to say when we're talking. We will stand here and talk and talk and talk. I didn't write anything down except the title for this because I knew when I got on, I was going to know what to say because I've done these enough that I don't need to have a lot of notes for my lives. Sometimes I'll write down, my bullet points, but I know just by having this topic, I know what to say because this is something that is coming, straight through from source. This is something that I talk about all the time. This is something that I believe in and that I easily connect up with this idea that I can just pop on and start talking about it. And I want you to feel that way about your book too. So think about how you feel if someone asks you a question. Let's say you're a health coach. I like using this because it's, everybody eats, so it's usually a pretty easy example to use. So let's say you're a health coach and you have a business where people would message you and ask you, hey, I'm really struggling with feeling tired in the afternoon. You could probably hop on and do 5 minutes easily talking about what you need to eat to power up your lunch so you feel less tired in the afternoon, or a quick pick me up snack in the afternoon that will help people feel less tired. I'm sure that you could hop on and talk about that. And the disconnect that people have between, I can easily talk about this and respond to a client question, and I can write a book, comes from it. One, it's a totally different platform. So speaking feels different to you from writing because most people speak most of the time. There's not really a time when I'm at home and I'm typing a message to my kids or my husband. If my husband's at work, yeah, I shoot him a text. But most of the time, I'm not texting my husband. I'm not texting my children. My youngest can't quite read yet, so that would be moot. But you're used to just talking. You're used to, responding to that one question, done and done. You're not used to sitting down and writing 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 words. So a lot of times when we get into that and we think, oh, a book, that's a lot. That sort of thing kind of weighs us down. It keeps us from connecting to source or to our brilliant ideas or however it is that you like to think about it. It keeps that connection from happening because when you feel stressed about that, you're blocking it. You're completely blocking it. That knowing what to say comes from a belief in yourself, knowing what to say. So if you start out with, I don't know what to say. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of words. How am I going to know what to say for that amount of time? You're actively blocking that. And you have to change the conversation that you're having with yourself around that. You have to say, of course, I know what to say. This is my expertise. This is what I talk about all the time. This is what I work with my clients on. This is what I do Facebook Lives on. This is what I get up on stage and talk about. All of those things. Think about how you easily know what to say in those situations. And that will help give you the strength and the courage and the belief in yourself so you know what to say when it comes time to write your book. So that's part of it. The other part is everybody's wired differently. So I am naturally wired to go brain to fingers. I always have been. I've always been an introvert. I've always been a quiet person. I've always been a listener. So for me to go from brain to fingers has always been easier than for me to go brain to mouth. Um, it just feels natural for me. If I have been thinking about something and I want to expand on it, if I want to dream, I don't usually sit and just, talk out loud. I'm quiet. I get within myself and I go brain to fingers, fingers being typing. I'm not a pen and paper person. I take forever to write with a pen. Um, but when I'm brain to fingers, it's super fast, it's super easy, it's super clear. That's how I'm wired. If you're not wired that way, you can adjust it. Um, I said at the beginning, I'm used to going brain to mouth now because I got to a point where I believed in knowing what I had to say. I believed that every time I write something, it's powerful and it comes out beautifully. I had that belief in myself because I showed myself for years and years and years that I could go brain to fingers. Um, Once I knew that, going brain to mouth was an additional step. It took some adjustment, but um, seriously, I got on here right before and went, oh, this is what I want to talk about. And I know that that's what I'm going to be able to talk about because I'm used to it, because I know what to say. So if you have comments about this, you have questions, tell me. I want to hear from you. How are you wired? Are you wired brain to fingers? Are you wired brain to mouth? Um, what comes easily to you? What doesn't? Tell me about why it's not coming easily to you. And, you know, there are ways that you can go through it and say, hey, I believe in myself. I believe in my story. I know that I can get this out there. And don't let that big bad book, uh, be daunting. Um, don't let it scare you. It's only a big bad book if you sit down and try to write it in one weekend. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. Nobody wants to sit down and write for one weekend. First of all, you smell bad because you won't have time for a shower. Nobody likes that. Um, Also, you won't sleep, and nobody writes well when they don't sleep. So, anyway, I want you to know that you know what you're going to say when you write your book. So, talk to me in the comments, ask me some questions. Um, I hope you have a wonderful week, fantastic day, and love to hear more from you.